everyone. I'm saying hi here from Cape Town. Welcome to everyone from South Africa and everywhere else you are watching from. It is wonderful to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed or liked my videos, please do so. Today we are on day 8. Can you believe it? We've been busy with this for a week. Decluttering, and it's going well. Yeah, I feel everyone who are participating, we're doing a good job, and yeah, it's good to see everyone's updates. So today we are not in the kitchen anymore, but I am in my craft room where the magic happens. Yes. The tiny little room of magic, and there is my very cool drawer system. But that I will talk about at a later stage. So today, being day 8, we are decluttering 8 things, and I decided that it will be a good idea to go through all of our pens. And today I'm really looking for pens that actually write smoothly. You know, sometimes you have to like push the pen to write for you, where a nice pen glides as you just move your wrist. It's all in the wrist, you know. So I'm looking specifically for pens that isn't working anymore, so it's dried up, or just doesn't write as nicely as it can. If you have fancy pens, why don't you use them? Chuck out all those promotional pens that you get. Let's use the items that we have, and the best ones that we have. You know, we only live once, and yeah, who knows how long we're going to be on this earth. Maybe we don't even get to using our fancy pens. So use them today. Today is a good day. Awesome. So I'm going to first check what should belong here, and then look at the pens that I actually want to keep and what I don't want to keep. So these pencils, we are I love this is a 2B, you'll see. It's a 2B. I really enjoy writing with 2Bs because they are nice and dark and you don't have to push as hard. But they do not belong in there. This is our little grab a pen and make a note tubby. And we don't really use pencils to write our notes. So that will go into our Dungeons and Dragons packet that we have. Our Dungeons and Dragons stationery. Yes, I play Dungeons and Dragons and it is awesome. When I'm not decluttering, that is. So I have a red pen and we're going to see how it writes. Ooh, that is actually quite a nice pen. Ha! I have my little tester page here. So if you are also looking to declutter some of your pens, do go and get yourself a nice pen tester page and go through your pens and write with them and see what works, what doesn't work. What I am noticing about this one though is, I'm just quickly taking it, it's got so little ink left. And honestly, we rarely go for a red pen. I don't know, I used to be a teacher and I used them a lot, but since not being a teacher anymore, I don't know, I heard that kids these days have a negative connotation to red pens. So that's interesting. Anyway, let's continue. So I'm not keeping this one and letting it go because, like I say, we don't grab for it often enough, and it's just taking space that can be used for our fancier pens. Next up are some of these. It's a highlighter, and yeah, Pentel highlighter. Actually looks quite nice and fancy. But since not being in school anymore, it still works also quite nicely. But my husband generally uses the highlighters these days with his work, and he just told me that he doesn't use this one, nor does he use this one. So I'm going to declutter both of them. Maybe someone else can get great use out of them. I know, yeah, school kids really enjoy using highlighters. I know I did. Made the page be not so boring. This is one of those promotional pens I was speaking about. Let's see how it writes. See, off the bat, when, yeah, I don't know, it just, the ink feels a little sticky, and it's just not as solid as I would like it. So, letting it go. This is going well. Oh, I'm thinking I must only declutter 8 things. I think I'm going to reach more items. So that's the other thing about this challenge, is don't feel limited by just decluttering 8 things. You can always test them today and maybe sleep over it, and the next day declutter 9 of them further, or further 9 items. Ooh, this is quite a nice one. A pilot. Fine. I also like the fine. That's not working. Let's see, like that. There we go. Let's see how that goes. I like a smallish pencil, as, yeah, I don't have long fingers, so I don't know. It just grips nicely. But let's see how it writes. That is the important thing. I will keep this one. This one is quite nice. And there's still quite a lot of ink in it. And like I say, it is smooth and it flows with you. You're not struggling against the stickiness of the ink. The next one is a pen flex. A lot of ink in it, but it's purple. Generally, we don't write with the colored pencils. And if we do, my husband again has a large container full of fine liners, and I have a drawer full of fine liners. So I'm going to see if it still works so I can declutter it. So let's see. Oh, no, it still works, but it is one of those stickier ones that as you write with it, it feels like I'm battling through writing with that one. So not keeping it. Here is a nice narrow yeah, just a small pen that always, it's thin, it's nice and thin. Let's see. What's nice about it is it's got a little stylus at the top. So if you are a person who likes to work with the stylus on your phone, then this one is very good. It still writes quite nice. Yeah, I'll keep this one just because it's a thin pen. It writes nicely, and yeah. Oh, then the other one, next thing is a Pilot CD marker. Ooh, no, it still works, but as you can see, it's already making like those dry pen or dry cokey marks, and I'm sure you heard it as well. If not, it did sound quite dry. And look, we are already on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items to declutter, and we're almost through the whole thing, the whole container. Off the bat, this I'm going to keep because it is also handy, and that's the only one we have. It's Tippix. Well, not Tippix, but in Afrikaans you call this flater water. How interesting. But it's a correction pen, so that white fluid that clears up a pen, yeah, that is what it is. And it works. And just in case. This one, when in doubt, chuck it out. I'm letting that one go. It still writes quite nice, but it's got quite a thick, yeah, part at the bottom, and I don't like how it feels in my hand. Yes. So even if something works, sometimes it's okay to let it go and get it out. And like I said, just looking at some of the pens I have here, not that one. This is not even all the pens we have, but I mean, I would rather write with my Parker because it's just so nice, and it's I don't know, it just feels better in my hand. It's got a nice weight to it, where a lot of these promotional pens, even though it's a handy item, if we have too many of them, we're never going to get through them and never going to write with our fancier pens or the ones that we really like. And I would rather want to take that Parker out and put that out so that we can write more with that. So yeah, the bane of the teacher. I remember being at school in high school, and we would write with these, and it's the fidget tool, the first fidget item ever created is this, and I know it irritated the teachers so much. So let's see if it still writes as nicely as I remember. Ooh. Actually, it doesn't. I think this one might be a bit old because the ink is pretty sticky. I feel I need to work really hard to get through it. So we are on 2, 4, 6, 8 items, and it's day 8. So these are the 8 pens that I'm letting go, and well, pen, Koki, 2, 3, 4 pens, 5 pens, and 2 highlighters. So that is day 8. Happy decluttering, and I hope you can also get through your pen and stationery collection, or some of them at least, and decide what really is the pens you want to keep and which ones you can let go. Give it a new life with someone else. Bye everyone. See you in the next one. Cheers.